everybody. I just wanted to share with you something that I do whenever I get a paper collection. I divide my paper collection into two piles. The you cannot use pile and the you can use pile. Let me show you really quickly. So these are the ones I decided to put in the you can use pile. So these are a combination of theme and pattern paper on the back. And so these I've decided that I can use them for whatever project. These ones over here are the ones that I said to myself, you cannot use these. And in saying that, I meant that although the patterns here on the back may be what I am able to use, when you flip them over, there are these cards that I often think that I should keep so that I can either send to a friend. If the quote is correct, I usually send them to a friend. This one, for example, like I cannot touch this one because I feel like this one would make a great journal. So most likely this will be made into a TN cover that I may or may not laminate or Mod Podge or whatever. So this one definitely I'm not allowed to use, although sometimes I feel like it'd be nice to cut, you know, some of these sayings up. But no, I am not allowed to use it. This is going to be a TN cover. Says the strict Amira. So other than that, I am left with 1, 2, 3, and then these are all journaling cards, and then this one is a border strip. So I look on the opposite side and I think, I could use that for something. But here, I'd much rather use these as border strips, or this way. Border strip this way, I love it. So I can't use that. I can't use that. I can't use that. And I can't use that. Now when you flip over on the other side, some of them are not a problem. Like that one's not a problem, not really gonna use that. That one's not a problem, not really gonna use that. These two, however, cause me such dilemma because I am sitting here trying to think of paper colors for my next photo. And look how perfect this is. I love this in so many ways. I love the natural cork. I love the yellow that comes out of the sunflower. And I love the crisscross pattern. So here I am about to break my rule. And I don't know how I feel about it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna use it. I really love this cork on cross stitch yellow, and I'm reaching for the solid pack, and I just want to add a few more colors into this mix. I'm gonna start by matting the photo on the teal cardstock, and then I'm gonna add a second mat, which is the opposite side of the paper, which is the yellow. I'm giving myself a 1/4 inch border for each mat. After that, I decide whether or not I am going to only use half of that cork or whether I am going to use the whole thing. I usually use my camera to take a photo so I can see through another set of eyes. I know it sounds strange, but sometimes when I step back and look at a photo of something, I'm able to pick up things straight away that I don't see before me. So I find that scrapbooking with my mobile phone is actually very helpful. I do decide to split that paper in half, and I keep the other half for either the cork or the journaling cards on the back. At this stage, I've already strayed from my sketch, but it's okay because I want to go with my gut. So the next thing I go for is the title. I grabbed these alpha cardboard stickers that I picked up from Kmart, I believe, and I spelled the word loved. I put it on a piece of teal, and I know the sketch says to put it at the bottom, but I actually end up not liking it down there at the bottom, and I move it to the top right hand corner. I'm creating a fishtail banner, and I'm layering it with another piece of yellow cardstock and creating a fishtail banner in that one too. I am about to stick it down here, but I am going to rip it off in a little bit. I have these die sets that I love. They are Tim Holtz for Sizzix. There is a set of hearts and squiggles, and there is a set of just sentiments in a really pretty font, which I'm assuming is Tim Holtz's font handwriting. Beautiful, friends, family, love, cherish, forever, and family. I've cut yellow and teal and craft of each of the elements that I'm thinking of using. Now I've pulled up the sentiment and I'm adding another layer there behind the photo, which is vellum. I start just playing around with layering a few of these items. I feel like the bottom left-hand corner needs something, and I feel like the top also needs something underneath the fishtail banners of the title. I know for sure that this beautiful is going to go on that background of the photo. I know for sure that the word forever is going to go underneath the title loved, so it says loved forever. And then I'm going to just try a few things, putting cherish up at the top there. I'm going to put family down near the sunflower. I'm going to layer up some torn bits of yellow and teal up in that corner, and I actually quite love that. I love the rustic feeling of that cane basket that Zaki's sitting in, and the torn edges and the rolled in edges of the vellum, and the alleged visual texture of cork, even though when you feel it, it doesn't feel like cork. It's such a strange feeling. You go to touch it thinking that you're gonna have that cork texture, but it's actually smooth paper. I really love it. I love that we can do that with paper. Alrighty, so I'm bringing in the old layout just to show you that I loved this bookmark that I had attached originally. I love the sentiment that it evokes. It says, "These are my wishes for you. May you find serenity and tranquility in a world you may not always understand. May a kind word, a reassuring touch, and a warm smile be yours every day of your life, and may you give these gifts as well as receive them. May you find time in each day to see beauty and love in the world around you. May you find enough inner strength to determine your own worth by yourself, and not be dependent on another's judgment of your accomplishments. May you always be loved." I really adore this sentiment, and I feel like it was a prayer from the heart to my son at that stage, and it still is. So I'm deciding to take it off the old layout and cycle it on to the new one. I also grabbed a whole lot of these stickers. These flower stickers are available at our $2 store. It's called Red Dot. And I have so many of these, and I don't really use them. I tend to hoard them and I don't use them. And I found the sunflower sticker pack, and they were just perfect for this layout. Another thing that I buy from Red Dot are these butterfly packs. They're gorgeous, and I choose the yellow one, and it works really beautifully with my layout. Now, the one thing with this bookmark, however, is although the imagery at the bottom of the bookmark is absolutely gorgeous, it just does not go with my layout. The blues don't really match the teal, and the landscape of the bare trees and the water, they just don't go. And although I try to make it work, I know that it doesn't. And something inside just says, tear it, tear it. And I tried with all my might to resist tearing it, but I do end up tearing it. So I'm mentally preparing to tear it here. I take off the sticker with the two sunflowers and I replace it with a single sunflower on that heart and squiggle. And here we go. I'm about to tear it. And I don't think the tear is too shabby, so I grab my scissors and I distress it even more because I'm really distressed at this stage. Not really, but you know, I've torn it. Oh my goodness, I've torn it. And I add the 2 sunflowers to the bottom, and it kind of grounds the bookmark so beautifully. And I don't mind that I tore it. It needed to be done. I knew it. So I do try to maybe try and put it here, there, and everywhere, and actually it doesn't fit anywhere on this layout. I am going to take it and I'm going to put it in my journal, and maybe it's an inspiration for a watercolor scene on a rainy day. And with that, this layout is done. I love it. It came together quite quickly actually, once I got all my things together and once I decided that those die cuts were the embellishments that I was going to use. So here is my sketch, and here is my layout. Very different, but I don't mind diverging from something to go with my gut feeling. And here is the original layout. So you can see the difference between how I scrapped back then and how I would scrap it today. I'm really happy with this. This is more my style today. I love that I used a lot of my supplies, my stickers, my die cuts. I love that I imported something from the old and made it new again. And definitely loved scrapping this memory. What a beautiful time that was. And yeah, I have a beautiful 14-year-old now who would probably be really embarrassed to see baby photos of himself on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Let me know in the comments below, did you like the new layout? And stay tuned for the rest of this challenge. I have a couple more layouts to do. So have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.